$8 million for making mice transgender. This is real.
Trump has been roasted online for not knowing the difference between transgender and transgenic, the latter of which refers to mice that have been genetically altered and used for research. And while it is true that Trump and his speechwriters are hopelessly uninformed on the research they cite, it's not quite as simple as a mix-up with transgenic research. In fact, to support his claims of gender-related research in mice, Trump's White House listed a page showing various grants totaling up to the $8 million of waste, fraud, and abuse funded by American taxpayers. The only problem is I'm not sure anyone from the Trump team bothered to read through the work they were citing, let alone speak with the researchers doing that work. However, I did. I spoke with the professor leading one of the largest projects that the White House cited. It was for $3.1 million, split over 4 years, studying the influence of sex hormones on asthma, airway inflammation, and the microbiome. Your job is to determine if this sounds like waste and fraud or useful medical research. This is Dr. Patricia Silveira.
Hi, my name is Dr. Silveira, and I study how the lungs of men and women respond differently to the environment. We know that women have more severe asthma than men, and that their asthma changes throughout their reproductive cycle, throughout menopause, and throughout pregnancy, suggesting that there's a connection between hormones and asthma symptoms. What we don't know is how. My grant uses mice to model asthma and understand how hormones influence asthma and how hormones interact with other factors in our body, such as genes expressed by our sex chromosomes and even the bacteria in our gut, to influence asthma and make it worse. Something we found recently, female hormones tend to be more pro-inflammatory, while male hormones tend to be more anti-inflammatory, specifically in the airway response to allergic asthma. We also found that sex chromosomes and sex hormones combined affect the gut microbiome diversity after allergen exposure, suggesting that there's a hidden connection between sex biology, gut bacteria, and the airway response to environmental allergens. In the future, this information may help us develop better medications or regimens to treat and prevent asthma in both women and men.
By the way, 25 million people in the United States alone have asthma. Seems like a useful research program to me. And I bet the White House would agree if they were to actually read the papers funded by the grants that they cite. Other work with hormones in rodents provides key data informing transgender care, often coming with a side benefit of better data and understanding of the basic science of sex hormones. Of course, I should say no one at the top really cares about studies of sex hormones in rodents. This outrage is a political smokescreen to get people mad and distracted talking about woke liberal research rather than talking about cutting billions of dollars of funding for healthy foods for school children, slashing healthcare funding for low-income families, all while cutting trillions of dollars in tax breaks for the upper 5%.